A lot of us can only dream to amass a net worth of over $50 million, let alone potentially losing that money. Well, our speaker, Rod Khleif, at the Past Semester Conference did just that. The '08 crash basically wiped him out. And I've got Rod here with me today. He's going to tell us a little bit more about his background and what are some of the takeaways he's going to be sharing with us during his 1 hour presentation at the conference. Rod, good to have you.
Well, thanks, Joseph. I'm really looking forward to the event. Of course, the last one was just extraordinary, and I know this one's going to be even better. You guys do such a fantastic job with those events. And, my story is a little bit painful. I'm an immigrant. I was born in the Netherlands, think wooden shoes and windmills. And we immigrated to the United States when I was 6 years old with my brother Albert, my mother's Vansha, ended up in Denver, Colorado. And we really struggled initially. My mom babysat kids so we'd have enough money to eat. And I remember we ate expired food. We shopped at an expired food store. We drank powdered milk with our cereal in the morning, which is cheaper than real milk. And trust me, it sounds better than it is. And I remember wearing hand-me-down clothes from the Goodwill and the Salvation Army all the way through junior high school till I finally got a job at a Burger King so I could buy my own clothes. And, maybe you listening had it harder than I did or have it harder now. But see, back then I knew I wanted more. And luckily, my mom had an incredible work ethic. Like I said, she babysat kids so we'd have money to eat, but she was actually an entrepreneur with that babysitting money. And she invested in real estate. Her first real estate acquisition was a house right across the street from us when I was 14. She paid about 30 grand for it. When I was 17, she told me she'd made $20,000 in her sleep. And I'm like, what? You made 20,000? You didn't do anything? Screw college. I'm getting into real estate. So I went and got into real estate. I lived at home. My first year in real estate, I made about $8,000. My second year, maybe 10,000. But my third year, I made over 100,000. And that's what I want to talk about at the event is the reason that my 10x'd my income was I met a guy that taught me about the importance of mindset and psychology, how 80 to 90% of your success in anything is just that, your mindset and psychology. Fast forward to today, I've owned 2,000 houses I've rented long-term. I own thousands of apartment units. In 2006, my net worth went up $17 million while I slept. And you might say, wow. And I said, wow, I got a head so big I could barely fit it through a door. I thought I was a real estate god. You know what that happens? God will give you a nice little smackdown. Well, that was what we're alluding to here is in 2008, I lost $50 million. I lost everything. And so what I'm going to talk about at the event is strategies for success and how I had 50 million to lose in the first place. But more importantly, or maybe as importantly, how I recovered from that. And so, for example, I study success. I've studied success for decades. And in that study, I've discovered that it's primarily mindset and psychology. There's a reason my students are so incredibly successful. I've been teaching about 5 years, and I think they own upwards of 14, 15,000 units that we know of right now. And so what I'm going to talk about is the different strategies you implement to achieve that success or to recover from a setback. It's a
Yeah.
little scary, and we're heading into some economic uncertainty as well. And so we're going to talk about how to push through that and not get caught up in all the noise and the stuff on the news or any of that stuff and stay focused so that you can, frankly, so you can capitalize on what's coming because incredible opportunity is upon us. But if your mindset's not right and you're focused on the fear, and because it'll be pervasive, the news will say things are worse than they are, and that's what they do, and that's how they sell news. But, if you can stay focused and implement the strategies that I'm going to talk about, you'll be focused on what matters and your goals and your dreams. And it could be the opportunity of a lifetime upon us to really make generational wealth for yourself.
Absolutely. Well, I'm really looking forward to your presentation. Again, if you haven't registered to get tickets, go to the website. There'll be a link below. The conference is February 24th through the 26th. I believe, Rod, you're speaking on like Saturday or Sunday, but either way, it's going to be a great presentation. So looking forward to having you there.
Thank you. See you then, buddy.